Cursed of God, do not defile the land the Lord your God has given you as a special possession. Deuteronomy 21:22. Suppose a man marries a woman and after sleeping with her changes his mind about her and falsely accuses her of having slept with another man. He might say about her, I discovered she was not a virgin when I married her. If the man does this, the woman's father and mother must bring the proof of her virginity to the leaders of the town. Her father must tell them, I gave my daughter to this man to be his wife, and now he has turned against her. He has accused her of shameful things, claiming that she was not a virgin when he married her. But here is the proof of my daughter's virginity. Then they must spread the cloth before the judges. Then the judges must then punish the man. They will fine him 100 pieces of silver, for he falsely accused a virgin of Israel. The payment will be made to the woman's father. The woman will then remain the man's wife, and he may never divorce her. But suppose the man's accusations are true, and her virginity cannot be proved. In such cases, the judges must take the girl to the door of her father's home, and the men of the town will stone her to death. She has committed a disgraceful crime in Israel by being promiscuous while living in her parents' home. Such evil must be cleansed from among you. If a man is discovered committing adultery, both he and the other man's wife must be killed. In this way, the evil will be cleansed from Israel. Suppose a man meets a young woman, a virgin who is engaged to be married, and he has sexual intercourse with her. If this happens within a town, you must take both of them to the gates of the town and stone them to death. If the woman is guilty because she did not scream for help, the man must die because he violated another man's wife. In this way, you will cleanse the land of evil. But if the man meets the engaged woman out in the country and he rapes her, then only the man should die. Do nothing to the young woman. She has committed no crime worthy of death. This case is similar to that of someone who attacks and murders a neighbor, since the man raped her out in the country, and must be assumed that she screamed, but there was no one to rescue her. Deuteronomy 22:13-27. If anyone kidnaps a fellow Israelite and treats him as a slave or sells him, the kidnapper must die. You must cleanse the evil from amongst you. Deuteronomy 24:7. Parents must not be put to death for the sins of their children, nor the children for the sins of their parents. Those worthy of death must be executed for their own crimes. Deuteronomy 24:16. This command I am giving you today is not too difficult for you to understand or perform. It is not up in heaven, so distant that you must ask, who will go to heaven and bring it down so that we can hear and obey it? It is not beyond the sea, so far away that you must ask, who will cross the sea to bring it to us so we can hear and obey it? The message is very close at hand. It is on your lips and in your hearts so that you can obey it. Now listen, today I'm giving you a choice between prosperity and disaster, between life and death. I have commanded you today to love the Lord your God and to keep his commands, laws, and regulations by walking in his ways. If you do this, you will live and become a great nation, and the Lord your God will bless you and the land you are about to enter and occupy. But if your heart turns away and you refuse to listen, and if you are drawn away to worship other gods, then I warn you now that you will certainly be destroyed. You will not live a long, good life in the land you are crossing the Jordan to occupy. Today I have given you the choice between life and death, between blessings and curses. I call heaven and earth to witness the choice you make. Oh, that you would choose life, that you and your descendants might live. Choose to love the Lord your God and to obey him and commit yourself to him, for he is your life. Then you will live long in the land the Lord swore to give your ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Deuteronomy 30:11-20. Blessed is he who sent down the criterion to his servant, that it may be an admonition to all creatures. Surah Al-Furqan, Ayat 1. Don't worry about the wicked, don't even those who do wrong, for like grass, they soon fade away. Like springtime flowers, they soon wither. Psalm 37:1-2. In a little while, the wicked will disappear. Though you look for them, they will be gone. Those who are gentle and lowly will possess the land. They will live in prosperous security. Psalm 37:10-11. I myself have seen it happen, proud and evil people thriving like mighty trees. But when I looked again, they were gone. Though I searched for them, I could not find them. Psalm 37:35-36. Listen to this, all you people. Pay attention, everyone. in the world, high and low, rich and poor. Listen, for my words are wise and my thoughts are filled with insight. I listened carefully to many proverbs and saw riddles with inspiration from a harp. There is no need to fear when times of trouble come. When enemies are surrounding me, they trust in their wealth and boast of great riches, yet they cannot redeem themselves from death by paying a ransom to God, Allah. Redemptions does not come so easily, for no one can ever pay enough to live forever and never see the grave. Even those who are wise must finally die. Just like the foolish and senseless leaving all of their wealth behind, the grave is their home, where they will stay until the resurrection for judgment. They may name their estates after themselves, but they leave their wealth to others. They will not last long despite their riches. They will die like animals. This is the fate of fools, though they will be remembered as being so wise. Like sheep, they are led to the grave, where death will be their shepherd. In the morning, the God-fearing will rule over them. Their bodies will rot in the grave, far from their grand estates. But as for me, God will redeem my life. He will snatch me from the power of death, so don't be dismayed when the wicked grow rich and their homes become ever more splendid. For when they die, they carry nothing with them. Their wealth will not follow them into the grave. In this life they consider themselves fortunate, and the world loudly applauds their success. But they will die like all others before them and never again see the light of day. People who boast of their wealth don't understand that they will die like animals. A psalm of the descendants of Korah, Psalm 49. And never say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do anything for you tomorrow without saying inshallah. And another thing is, I would like to add to this, is that it is technically not necessary for anybody to even so much as lift a sword, because the spirit of Al-Mumit will fulfill all of the laws. You know, Allah is someone that by the law of nature, by the law of heaven and earth, these laws are fulfilled, you know, like gravity. You know, you throw something up in the air, and this is what the law is. It'll fall down to the ground by the force of gravity, and this gravity is a law of physics, or a law of the heavens, that there's this pull, this natural gravitational pull towards the earth. And so too with the laws of the scriptures, that the Spirit can cause these laws to be fulfilled and passed. And it's not necessary for someone to actually go out and execute these laws and seek vengeance on transgressors, because just by the natural order of nature, the Spirit will pass the sentence upon the transgressors. Keep the commandments and keep your life. Despising them leads to death. Proverbs 19:16. There can be no difficulty to the Prophet ﷺ in what Allah has indicated to him as a duty. It was the practice, sunnah, approved of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala amongst those of old that have passed away, and the command of Allah is a decree determined. Surah Al-Ahzab, Ayat 38. It is Allah that takes the souls at death, and those that die not He takes during their sleep. Those on whom He has passed the decree of death, He keeps back from returning to life, but the rest He sends to their bodies for a term appointed. Verily in this are ayats for those who reflect. Surah Al-Zumar, Ayat 40.